In the busy streets of Los Angeles, something odd has the city's police confused. Imagine finding a mysterious path, not made by people or any known animal, but something bigger. We meet Ethan, a reporter good at uncovering the truth. Ethan is ready to tell this amazing story to everyone, but finds that no one wants to talk. The only hint is a large scale found in a field, so big it must come from a legendary creature. Ethan takes a picture. A moment that takes him back to a life-changing day, 15 years ago. Young Ethan enters an old shop with his dad. While his dad talks about buying an old sword, Ethan finds a mysterious box that opens for him, showing a glowing scale. The shop owner, Jack, pretends to be sick to secretly talk to Ethan about the Emogis, huge snakes from stories, and a special dragon that appears every 500 years as a reward. But there's a special item needed for this, the Ya-Yi-Yo, which the evil snake Baraki wants. The story gets more complex with Noreen, who is meant to have the Ya-Yi-Yo. Baraki wants to steal it. To keep Noreen and the Ya-Yi-Yo safe, two heroes, Haram and his teacher Bachun, are chosen. Haram, with a special necklace from his teacher, must make sure the Ya-Yi-Yo goes to the right emoji and not Baraki, even if it means risking Naren. Back in Los Angeles, Ethan's find is connected to this old tale, leading him on an adventure that mixes the past and present. However, Haram loves Noreen a lot, even though there are many dangers. Their love story gets really intense when Baraki, the bad guy, attacks their village with his scary Atrix army. The village can't defend itself against the Atrix's strong monsters and magic, and everything turns into a mess. During this mess, someone tells Baraki's soldiers where Noreen is hiding to save himself, which leads to a sad event at her house where her dad is killed. They were looking for Noreen because of a special mark she has, and they kidnap her. But there's still hope, because Bachun and Haram come to save her. While Bachun fights the attackers, Haram takes Noreen to what they think is a safe place, the cave of the Emogi. But seeing Noreen so upset, Haram decides to run away with her, choosing love over his duty, and leaves behind only a necklace for Bachun to find later. Their attempt to escape doesn't last long because Baraki finds them, leading to a tense moment at the edge of a cliff. The lovers decide to jump rather than let Baraki use them for his evil plans. Then the story reveals that Ethan is actually Haram reborn, and his friend from the antique shop is Bachun reborn. Their new mission is to find Sarah, the modern Naren with a special mark. Ethan gets help from his friend Bruce, who knows a lot about computers, to find Sarah among many others with the same name and mark, which is really hard to do. As the story goes back to now, the FBI finds out about a giant creature in the city, which connects to the ancient scale Ethan found. Meanwhile, Sarah, who doesn't know about her important role, is watching the news at her gym. When Sarah sees the scale on TV, she feels really scared. She runs home to find an old book with symbols that are supposed to keep away bad things. She puts these symbols on her wall, hoping they will protect her. Her friend Brandy comes over, worried because Sarah is so scared. Even though Sarah tries to tell her why she's afraid, Brandy thinks she's just nervous and convinces her to go out, hoping it will help Sarah feel better. At the bar, Sarah tries to have fun, but she can't stop feeling scared. She decides to leave, thinking some fresh air might help. But then, she runs into some scary guys. Just when things look really bad, a strange-looking homeless man comes to help. He surprises everyone by dealing with the scary guys, and then leaves without a trace. At the same time, something bad happens at the zoo. Belafonte, the zookeeper, hears weird noises and finds an elephant that's been hurt by Baraki, the villain. Belafonte is so scared that he runs away, and Baraki disappears into the night. When his helpers get there, they find nothing. Sarah, still upset, goes to the police for help, but her story about the homeless hero sounds too unbelievable. The police doubt her, but a reporter listens and takes her picture, thinking there might be a story. The story then goes to Ethan, who is looking for Jack, the owner of the antique shop, but finds out he's gone. Suddenly, an Atrix general starts questioning Ethan, but then Ethan wakes up in his office, realizing it was all a dream, or was it? A coworker shows him a news story about Sarah's encounter with her picture. Ethan feels a strong connection to her, sure that she's the one he's been looking for. He decides to stay up all night, looking for Sarah's address. Meanwhile, Belafonte is really upset after what he saw and tries to tell the police about the snake, but they don't believe him. At the same time, Sarah tries to forget what happened to her, but then something even weirder happens. Her car gets scales like a snake when she touches it. She's scared and runs away, but then she sees a police officer with a magical sword who looks like he wants to hurt her. Suddenly, she wakes up in her bed, realizing it was a dream, but she's in so much pain that it feels real, so she calls for an ambulance. When she's taken to the hospital, Her friend Brandy tries to visit, but can't get in because of the hospital's rules. Brandy and her boyfriend go to Sarah's house to get some things for her and get scared by a loud roar. They see the scary Baraki. Brandy gets bitten, but is thrown into a pool because Baraki thinks she's not Sarah. The next day, Sarah finds herself stuck in her hospital room, watched by guards. When she tries to leave, the hospital staff stop her quickly, making her even more scared and confused. Meanwhile, Ethan is looking for Sarah online, but has to stop when he hears about a murder at a place he knows. He goes there, relieved to find out Sarah is not the victim. A neighbor says they saw a huge snake and mentions the owner is in the hospital, which makes Ethan rush to the hospital. There, he finds out Sarah is being kept in quarantine for strange reasons, suggesting there's a big secret. At the same time, Belafonte tries to prove he's not making things up about the snake, but when Baraki shows up and then disappears, it only makes people doubt him more, and he's left fighting to prove he's telling the truth. Our story now follows Ethan, who is trying to figure out what to do next. Luckily, he meets a doctor who likes his reporting and offers to help him see Sarah secretly. In Sarah's room, Ethan finds her very scared and not believed by others. He tries to make her feel that her fear is understandable, but suddenly, Baraki attacks the hospital. The doctor then shows he is actually Jack, the owner of the old shop, and he knows how to create illusions to help them get away from the attack. Jack, Ethan, and Sarah find a hidden way out, and outside, Ethan's friend Bruce is waiting in his car to drive them away from the danger, but they soon run into trouble again when they crash into a powerful enemy. Bruce and Ethan try to fight with normal weapons, but it doesn't work against the enemy's magic. When Bruce tries to use the enemy's sword, it doesn't work for him. Just as they are about to be attacked again, a random car hits their attacker, giving Ethan and Sarah a chance to run away. The driver, who didn't know what was happening, helps them escape. Meanwhile, Baraki is getting ready for a bigger fight by calling more of his army. The story changes to the FBI, who are trying to deal with the fact that a myth seems to be real. They have to accept that there is a mythical creature connected to Sarah. The FBI decides they need to catch Sarah, and if needed, they are ready to take serious action against her. Now, the police and army try a brave plan to fight the big snake, Baraki, by going to its home. But their guns don't work on the snake because its skin is too tough, and Baraki, with his magic, beats them easily. This shows how strong Baraki is. Then, the story takes a surprise turn when the driver, who told Ethan and Sarah to leave the city and drop them off at a peaceful beach, turns out to be Jack in another disguise. As Ethan and Sarah walk on the beach, they talk about their worries and dreams and even share a kiss, making their bond stronger. But Ethan is worried because he knows Sarah might have to give up a lot for the Yi-Yi-Yo. They go to see a teacher who knows how to help people remember lost memories. Under hypnosis, Sarah remembers a sad day from her past and the old story of Nareen and Haram, which makes the Yi-Yi-Yo inside her wake up. But this also leads Baraki right to them, causing trouble at the teacher's house. They barely get away and call Bruce for help. Bruce gets a helicopter and gives Ethan a gun, even though Ethan doesn't like fighting. Jack shows up again and tells Ethan that Sarah has to face her destiny in the Emoji cave. Ethan doesn't want to accept this and tries to run away with Sarah, but Baraki keeps chasing them. Their car breaks down because of Baraki's attacks, and they end up running. The police show up just in time to give them a chance to get away. They run to the top of the Liberty Building, where a helicopter is waiting. But as they try to escape, Baraki catches the helicopter, forcing Ethan to make a quick decision to jump to safety with Sarah. Just as the helicopter crashes, the fight gets worse, and the sky turns dark gray because Baraki is ready to find Sarah. Suddenly, army helicopters come, shooting at the big snake. Baraki fights hard, bringing down some helicopters, but the army keeps attacking. Then, the situation changes when the general and his scary troops arrive, destroying everything, like helicopters, tanks, and buildings. Ethan and Sarah try to run away but are caught by two FBI agents who take them to a warehouse, telling them it's safe. There, the agents talk about the old story and Sarah's important part in it. When one agent decides they need to follow the story, even if it means Sarah has to be sacrificed, and points his gun at her, Ethan jumps in front of Sarah and gets hit by the bullet. The other agent decides to help Ethan and Sarah instead of following orders and gives them keys to get away. But they are soon attacked again, and their car crashes, knocking Ethan and Sarah out. Ethan wakes up in a really bad place, Baraki's home, and sees Sarah about to be sacrificed. Feeling really scared and caring a lot for Sarah, Ethan's necklace suddenly works like magic, hitting Baraki with a bright light and destroying its troops, except for the general, now free. Ethan faces the general, ready to do anything to save Sarah. This moment is a big fight between good and bad, love and what's supposed to happen, as Ethan and Sarah face a huge challenge that could change everything. In the final big moment, the general tries to end the fight but accidentally hits Ethan's magical necklace and is defeated by its strong power. Then, Baraki wakes up, pushes Ethan away, and starts to go after Sarah. That's when something amazing happens. A good Emoji shows up, ready to fight Baraki. Ethan wants to run away with Sarah, but when she sees the emoji having a hard time, she knows she has to help. Sarah uses a special power, the Ye Jiao, giving it to the emoji, which then turns into a powerful dragon. This dragon is now strong enough to beat Baraki with a huge fire. After the fight, the dragon comes to Ethan, who is holding Sarah, now not awake. In a magical moment, Sarah's spirit comes out. She tells Ethan she loves him and they will meet again. Then, her spirit joins with the Yeji Jiao, and the dragon takes it up to the sky, leaving in a way that seems like it's crying. This is a sad goodbye between two characters who were meant to be together. Ethan is left feeling both sad and touched by the deep connection he had with Sarah. He sees the spirit of Jack disappearing, who tells Ethan he did a great job because of his bravery and goodness. This is the end of our story. It's a Dragon Wars tale that shows us how powerful fate is and how love lasts forever. If you liked this story, please hit like and share this video.